Hey everybody, it's Jan here from VidGamiac.com, and welcome back to another episode of VidGamiac vs. Import, back in Deathmark covering chapter number 3 today. Just like every chapter, we are going to start off in the mansion. What you want to do is you want to make sure you just pick whatever choices you want until you get control of your character again at the little mansion menu screen in the foyer. Once you're here, it's time to select your partner, so make sure you switch on over to the only partner available, which is going to be this lady, and then head over to exit. We are going to go to the garage. Make sure you pick location 2, aka the one with the H in front of it. After a little driving, you are going to end up back at the park, and eventually your characters are going to be led to this shrine right here. You need to interact with a total of 3 things. First off, the base, which is this rock right here, the shrine itself, aka the little house looking thing up top, and then the headless statue on the bottom left. So the one in the foreground right here, not to be confused with the one in the back. So once you get those 3, make sure you just skip all of the text and then just hit the down button for another cutscene. Eventually you are going to end up back at the mansion after all this talking, and we can proceed with the chapter. Alright, after the little introduction title card to the chapter, we should be back at the mansion. Make sure you get to fast forwarding. You are going to end up getting a choice after meeting your next 2 buddies. You meet this fat dude and this little girl. A bunch of talking is going to happen. Of course, just fast forward through it. There's only one choice to make. Make sure you make any choice. So just pick the first one just for the sake of simplicity. Once you finally get control of your character back at the foyer, first step you want to do is to make sure you save. We are saving over slot number 3, so make sure you get that. Then we are going to go over to pick our partner. You could pick either 3 of the partners, so just pick whoever you want. I'm going to pick the news reporter looking lady, but it doesn't really matter. Go to exit, and we should be back at the garage. We have 3 options now. Make sure you pick the middle option right here, and then that should send us to where we need to get going next. And then one driving scene later, we should arrive to this unassuming telephone booth. We are going to enter it. You are going to get 1 dialogue choice. Make sure you pick choice number 2, aka the middle one, and it should do some stuff that, once again, I can't understand. Some more talking is going to ensue. Once you get back to the part where you are able to control your character, just hit the down button and choose the first option. That basically just kicks you back to the mansion, since we are going to be done here and we can travel to our next area. But obviously we have to go back to the hub in order to get access to the car and all that stuff. Back at the mansion, feel free to make a save if you wish. If you are going to do so, make sure you save over slot number 3. Keep the same partner. When you head to exit to head out to the garage for our location, we are going to pick location number 3, or the far right one. This is going to take us back to another unassuming telephone booth. However, once we get here, we have some stuff to do. After a little conversation where you'll have one dialogue choice, which you want to make sure you pick choice number 1, we are going to get into another deadly choice battle. So make sure you get ready to hammer out those. Alright, choices for the deadly choices. It's going to be choice 3, then choice 2, and then another choice 2 to round things up. Remember to do that as quickly as possible to take as little damage as possible, because once again, having as much health as you can really helps out for the later bits of the game. Again, like last time, once you get control of your character after the long talking, just hit the down button and then confirm by hitting the topmost option, which will return you back to the mansion. Now, unlike every other time in the game where we head back to the mansion, this time instead of heading through the front door, we are going to end up going to the garage instead. You are going to get a lot of talking here. Once again, just fast forward through all of it. But eventually you get to a choice that you would normally get when you would exit the mansion, but this time it's for entering the mansion. So, in short, make sure you just pick the left option or location number 1, which is to pretty much return to the mansion. So try not to get confused in this part if you are noticing this screen in the garage. Just pick the left option, the one that doesn't have an H in it. This should kick you back to the foyer. Once you are here, feel free to make a save. This is going to be the last save you can make in the chapter, so highly recommend making it here. Then we need to swap partners. Go to the partner screen. You want to make sure you pick partner number 2, aka the little girl. I believe her name is Suzu. So pick her, and then it's back to the garage and back to picking the location. So you want to pick location number 2 this time, which should be the right option, and this should send us back to the woods. Once you get to the front of the woods, make sure you hammer that fast forward button. There's going to be a lot of talking and cutscene stuff, what have you. Once you get control of your character, you need to make sure you search the bushes off to the left. So once your controls pop up, make sure you look at the bushes to the left. You are going to get some more cutscene stuff where your partner is going to ramble on and on and on. Make sure you fast forward through that. As soon as she's done talking, make sure you hit up to go forward, and then you should be on the forest path. Once you get control of your character again, they should auto move forward. Once you are in this area, look to the bushes on the right this time. In here is going to be a talisman, which will give us a nice little power boost. After that, we are going to head left this time to go even further into the woods. Once you are here, we have some more bushes to look at. So this should be the one with the tree with a hole in it. Look to the right, you should get an item this time. This time it's a camera, which will be a quest-based item. Some more talking later. Once you get control of your character again, just examine the tree, and then we are going to get a lot of talking. Alright, final thing you have to do here is you want to make sure you inspect the top of the tree. You're going to get a set of choices. You want to make sure you pick choice number 3. This should give you the dog collar as a quest item. Make sure you get to fast forwarding after that, and then we need to basically backtrack to the front of the park. So in order to go back, just hit down and then left. Alright, on our way back, we should be ambushed by this choice. Make sure you pick choice 1, and immediately after that, we are given a deadly choice battle. So get ready to hammer out those choices super quick. Answers for these are going to be 1, 2, and then 1, so make sure you punch those in the right order and as quick as possible, and then we should get control of our character back once we're done with here. Once you do, it's just time to get back to backtracking. Alright, back in control of your character, hit up to move forward. Once you are on this screen, make sure you examine the mannequin on the top left right here in the background, kinda. So not the mannequins on the right, but the mannequins on the left. Most notably this one right here. This mannequin should have a talisman on him, so that should give you a little boost in case you lost too much health in that last fight. After you grab that, make sure you hit up again. This should be the last area that we need to backtrack to. Once you are here, some more cutscene stuff's gonna happen. You want to examine the pile of dirt, and then you should dig it up and grab a cassette. And with that, we can just hit the down button, skip all of the text, and then we should be teleported back to the front of the park and given the choice of where to go next. You should end up leaving the park in your car. You get an achievement right here, and on the car ride, you should be given a choice of where to go. So for this case, you want to make sure you pick choice number 3. That should take us to the last area where we will have this chapter's version of the boss fight. So make sure you pick choice number 3, the one with the T in it, and then that should warp you to where we need to get going. Our adventure now leads us to yet another nondescript telephone booth. Step on inside and get ready for our boss fight. Now, this is not going to play like the traditional boss fight we have been used to in the other chapters. Instead, this is going to take the form of a deadly choice battle. This one is going to have a total of 5 choices. Answers are going to be 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, so make sure you pick those and make sure you are quick about it. You are going to fight that ghost lady who's on the cover of the game. Very, very spooky. And just try your best to get through that, and once you are done, you are given another piece of dialogue where you need to make another choice. Alright, one more choice before heading home. This one you want to make sure you pick choice number 1. You should get the achievement right here for defeating the boss lady. This one's for 80 gamer score, and then we should kick it back to the mansion right after this. Alright, time to wrap this chapter up. Once we are in control of our character, feel free to make a save. Make sure you start saving in slot number 4 since we are done with slot 3. To wrap things up, you want to make sure you go to talk to the one girl and make sure you pick choice 1. She should wrap things up for you. Your achievement is going to pop in the transition to the next chapter. There it is, 15 gamer score. Don't forget to check back soon for chapter 4, and that's all there is to it.